And happening today, the Michigan International Auto Show is driving back into Grand Rapids.
There is something for everyone at this year's event. 13 on your side's Amber Twardy joining us live there, getting a sneak peek this morning. Amber, what kind of cool cars are you checking out right now?
Well, we've seen a lot of newer models all across DeVos Place, but we want to start with the roots, way back to the beginning. This is a pretty old car. Here we're joined this morning by Jay Follis. You are with the Museum of the Horseless Carriage. So going all the way back to the roots of autos in the first place. Can you tell us a little bit about this one right here?
Sure. This is a 1906 Ford Model N. And people are going, Ford Model N? I've heard of a Model A. I know of a Model T.
Oh, yeah.
What's a Model N? Well, Model N was just one of their experiments. They kind of went through the alphabet. They were experimenting with cars to see what the market would do, what people wanted for an automobile, because it's brand new. This is 3 years after Ford Motor Company even started. So they came out with this car. They experimented with it. It sold really well. It's a $500 car. You had to dress like this if you're going to drive in a 9-degree temperature.
Oh, yeah.
And then you would sit in there. Can you imagine driving this in this kind of weather? No. But they did this. It sold pretty well, about 13,000 in about 3 years. And they thought, that's the market. So then they came up with a Model T. Model T, they made 16 million. So this car is fairly rare just by itself, but what makes this remarkable is this car was a survivor. It originally went to Fenville, to the Ford dealership there. Then when they ran into financial trouble, Ford said, we want our assets back. Well, the owner said, no, I want my son to have this car. So they transferred it to their son. It ended up going to Plainwell, and it stayed there for 112 years, pretty much untouched. The last license plate on this car is 1912, and that's Titanic. 1912 is Titanic. So just an idea that this is the start of it. And that's what we're going to do, is build the Museum of the Horseless Carriage. And we say that because this is a horseless carriage, or they call it the brasser because it has brass on it, there's no chrome. But that was the start of the whole auto industry. Everything that's in this building got its start from this time period. Doesn't matter if it's racing or what it is. The only thing this doesn't have is, like a MP3 player or a CD player. It doesn't have any of those newer things. This is all old. You had to get out and crank this car. You had no protection. You usually would cover up with a tarp if you're driving very far. But that's what we're trying to do. We'll open this building, or this museum, at the Gilmore Car Museum. We'll break ground this summer, and it'll be open by next year.
Awesome. Yeah, exciting stuff. People can come out and get a sneak peek of what you guys are going to be offering out at the Museum of the Horseless Carriage. Thank you so much for joining us this morning
most certainly.
Telling us all about this. Yeah, hopefully people are able to come out into this weekend to come check this out. We'll have more information on the auto show coming up in our next hour. For right now, live in Grand Rapids, I'm meteorologist Amber Twardy.